Ailish.
Yeah.
Just wondering how you're feeling. Obviously, it's a massive day, fly in, fly out. You got the win, but how exhausting was the whole day and the process?
Yeah, it's a tough day because we were pretty much gone from 9 to 9 yesterday, so 12-hour shift essentially. But yeah, just a bit tired today. Body's a bit sore in general, but fortunate enough to pull up okay throughout with no injuries or anything like that. So yeah, just general tiredness and soreness, and yeah, just trying to get in as much recovery today as possible.
So did Doc at least give you today off?
He did, which is it's a nice mid-season break to get to have tonight off after a big day yesterday and a big game. So we have today to do our own recovery, which is a really nice thing to have.
I guess it makes the trip worthwhile when you bring home the points after such a great win. What was the feeling like on the plane?
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously spirits are high after a win, and it makes the long day seem a lot easier. And coming up against Carlton, who are always a tough side to face, look, we were super pleased with getting our 5th win of the season so far, and it always makes the journey a little bit easier when you are on the road to come home with a win.
And you had a really good day out. You've played the last 3 games. You obviously missed the first few. Is there anything you've done differently to get in the side and to hold your spot, and now obviously try and keep it for the rest of the season?
That's the hard part. Nothing specific really. It's just been a constant, working hard at training and trying to be as consistent as possible. I think the feedback from most of the coaches and stuff is just keep doing what you're doing and keep working hard, and the opportunity will come. And I guess I've just been fortunate enough to get that opportunity the past couple of games, and hopefully that I'm showing enough to keep playing my role for the team, and hopefully keep getting a spot on the team week in, week out.
And if I could just ask one more, obviously Chelsea was missing with that hammy. She probably may miss another 1 or 2. You must be pretty happy the way you've stepped up to replace her.
Yeah, of course. She's obviously a huge loss for us, leadership on the field and everything that she brings. But, it's great to have her on the sideline as well, because she provides that role for us too and is always vocal. But it's great that the girls have just stepped in, and especially in the back line, and have held it up. And, we've been doing really well and been playing really well collectively, to make up for Chelsea not being there. But hopefully we'll have her back pretty soon, which we'll be delighted to have her back in.
Great, thank you.
All right, do we have Brendan from 10?
Sure do. Good afternoon. I've been looking through the stats and trying to see if there's anything that I can pick out, because you're undefeated and absolutely smashing everyone. And one thing I've looked at is you guys are a bit inaccurate in front of goal. I think there's only been one game where you've kicked more goals than behinds. Is that something that's been mentioned at all, or been addressed, or been looked at?
I'm lucky. It's always something that we try and improve on, and some days we have better days than others, and I think that's just a constant work in progress for us. Just try and get a bit more accurate in front of goals, and take the chances when they come, because especially against top sides you need to be taking those opportunities, and at the end of the day we need to sharpen it up a little bit, and that's something we're definitely going to keep continuing to work on throughout the rest of the season and throughout our training sessions, throughout the rest. So hopefully we can sharpen that up and get a bit more accurate in front of goal.
Do you think that performance was the best you've had as a team all year, all season?
Hard to say. Obviously, when you play different teams, it's different styles of play that you end up playing. And I think Carlton are very strong in the contest, and they're very quick to move the ball out with hands. So I think collectively we had really good patches in the game and had really strong performances from a lot of the girls. So I'm not sure if it's been our best performance so far, but I think, hopefully we'll keep improving, and, we'll set the bar even higher again the next time we go out and play.
Vicky just touched on about the flying in, flying out. How mentally and physically taxing is that for the whole squad and for yourself as well, especially now having to do that as well as train, work, live, survive, etc.?
Yeah, I think it's tough, especially on the girls that have to turn around and go to work on a Monday morning. Especially after a Sunday game, it ends up being a really, really big day, and obviously the flying in before the game is tough, and you kind of just have to put it to the side really, and it's only really on the journey home, you kind of realize the day that you've had and how tired you are when you get back home. So it is extremely tough. But again, the girls have been nothing but professional the last couple of times we've had to do it, to fly into Melbourne in and out, and we've performed really, really well. And yeah, but it's very taxing on the body and on the tiredness levels, and it is difficult to get through the training week once you've done that big day over the weekend. But look, at the moment it seems to be the best way to get through the comp, and to try and avoid COVID issues as much as possible.
That bearing in mind with the FIFO, does it make playing at home even more of an advantage?
Yeah, I think it does. We always love to have our home games here at Norwood, but I think, obviously not having to travel on a plane and go through all that motion on game day is definitely something that you no longer take for granted when you have a home game. So I think it's for anyone that does end up having a home game, it does become even more of an advantage that you're at your home, you're sleeping in your own bed, and you're prepared for the morning of the game.
Thank you.
Wow.
Just double checking we don't have anyone on from 7, just recording. Jump in. No? All right, Ellie?
Hey, so of late you've kind of had a new role up forward. How has that gone, obviously playing defence for most of your career?
Yeah, so I've been kind of thrown around the place in terms of trying to figure out best position for me, and I think predominantly been on the wing for this season and parts of last season as well. I think I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable on that, and I think I had a few rotations into the forwards this weekend, which was nice, because I haven't really had much of that since my first season. So I love playing no matter where it is, if it's wing, half forward, half back, and I think I just take the opportunity as best I can whenever that comes about, and try to play my role as best I can.
Awesome. And you did kick 2 goals yesterday. What did it mean to you to be able to get those on the board?
Look, it's always great to be the finisher at the end of the move, and I think it's really credit to the rest of the girls and the work rate that went throughout it, like Lisa kicking me that great ball across for the mark and set shot, and the body work that Caitlin Gould and the tap down from Hannah Munyard. It's always a collective effort, and I was just fortunate enough to be on the end of the 2 of those this weekend, and I think it's just it's a collective work rate from the entire squad, and I've just been the lucky one this weekend.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, did anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, can I just ask, Ailish, you're looking forward to round 8?
To round 8.
You may not know that. Top versus second at the moment in Freo.
Freo, yes, round 8. Yeah, of course. Like Fremantle have been having a great season so far, and it will definitely be a clash that a lot of eyes will be on, because 2 high performing teams at the moment, both in form. So hopefully we'll have get a few more wins under the belt before we face Freo. But yeah, that certainly will be a cracker of a game. They're a great side, and they have been playing some super football the past couple of weeks. So yeah, that's one really to look forward to, and I think a lot of people will be watching on.
And has there been any word yet on whether you can play it in Perth, where it's scheduled?
To be honest, we don't really have that information yet. We don't know what's going to happen with COVID and all that kind of thing. So at the moment, we're not entirely sure. We're preparing for a game, but we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out.